guys just go see the railroad?
Yes.
Are you up for telling me your thoughts on it on camera for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Yeah. So tell me all about it.
Well, it was really cute. She got tickets. The tickets were almost impossible to get. I think we both tried to get them at the same time, and within less than a minute, they were gone. There's little characters everywhere. Is that the word? No, figurines everywhere, and they give you like something so you can like find all the Disney movies. So it's interactive. It's not like you're just going and looking at it and walking away. It's like you can spend some time there. It's definitely worth it though. If you could get a ticket, it's worth it. And I've known about it for years, but have never been able to get tickets. It's like I'm saying, it's almost impossible. It looks like Disneyland. It's a replica of Disneyland. You just have to go in and see.
I'm on my way now.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Just wait till you see it. It's beautiful, actually. It's pretty cute.
And what's your name?
It's B.
B.
Yes.
Lisa.
Nice
It's
to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you. Thanks so much for chatting with me. Tell me why you came today.
Well, we're big Disneyland fans. We worked there, met there, so like that's home to us. So we had to go experience it, but it's super cute. We loved it. I love like little miniatures, and so Disneyland and miniatures, it's like perfect combination. We had a great time. The scavenger hunt was super fun. There was definitely some easy parts. There was definitely some challenging parts too. It kept us busy. It was hard.
Awesome. Well, thank you for chatting with me.
Yeah, thanks.
Later today.
Are you guys excited?
Yes.
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 I'll see you in there. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day in Anaheim, California, which is home to Disneyland. And it's also home right here to David's house, where in his backyard, he has a garden layout that he shares with strangers about 9 times in the fall, 9 times in the spring. I think it's just a beautiful thing. It's nothing I've had on my channel before. I've been seeing people coming and going, all ages, all kinds of people, happy faces. And I'm excited to check it out, so come join me. This is probably my favorite Disney movie. If I had to pick one, I have a Little Mermaid mug my dad gave me. There's already so much to see and take in. All right, so this is cool. He has this sign that you will actually see if you go to Disneyland. And I have it in a previous episode as well.
So impressive.
It's also impressive. It is. Is this your first time here?
Yes.
Oh my God, what's your name?
Gilbert,
Gilbert, I'm Lisa. Are you okay with talking on camera to my YouTube channel?
what's your YouTube channel?
Train Talk with Lisa.
Trains. Oh, so you love trains like I do.
Yeah, I do. And you said this is your first time here? All right. Well, I guess I'll start exploring then. Thank you.
I like seeing all the different trains. I'm a train fanatic.
What gauge do you have at home? Or gauges?
Scale.
Oh, scale.
And And since I'm a big Thomas fan, I also have Thomas and Friends items too.
Wonderful. My dad has had an O-Gauge train store for 30 years.
Which one?
In North Carolina, it's called the Train Loft.
Oh, I want to check that place out if I go.
Yeah.
Did you know that in North Carolina, that's also the home of Lionel Trains' headquarters?
I do know that. In Concord, North Carolina. You're right. It's about an hour from where I grew up.
That's where I actually plan on working in the future.
You should absolutely pursue that.
Absolutely love how all the different trains look. And I also really appreciate the level of detail they do into the trains. My favorite being the Legacy Polar Express. Very movie accurate.
I love your dress. So cute. You're dressed properly for the occasion, huh? Wow. So many little details. I love all the natural elements of pieces of trees that have been incorporated into what he's built. It reminds me of the Descanso Gardens Railroad. So yeah, very cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did just spot Ariel from The Little Mermaid and her dad. Okay, is that Eric on shore? I think so. What a beautiful scene. This is so fun. They have like great Disney music going. There are lots of people, but it's not too crowded. It's just like a good amount of energy. The sun is out, the sky is blue. There's so many little details. You look around and you just keep seeing cool little things, even in the water, underneath, you know, like little mermaids. So maybe there's something tucked away under there, under the sea, you know. Lots of trains. Yeah, a lot of joy here today. I was actually at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad earlier this year at Disneyland, so it's fun to see the model today. So those neighbors have a pretty cool view, huh? I've had way worse views in my life living in big cities. Have you found much?
I haven't found Bambi or Dumbo
Yeah?
or Make My Music or Thunder Fantasy Free or Melody Time or Robin Hood or Atlantis or...
I haven't found any of those either.
Or Frozen 2.
We're gonna have to look a little harder.
He has almost all the Pixar movies. The Lionel Train headquarters.
You want to go to that so bad?
Yes, I want to work there too, because I'm really good in retail, right, Joy?
Yes, very good.
Well, I haven't been there yet, but it's kind of on the horizon.
Yeah, I want to see all their different trains they have out there.
Oh wow, okay, and then over here I think we've got Peter Pan. Maybe? Tinkerbell in the corner. So this is a happy place. I mean, talk about Disneyland being a happy place, and David really has created something very special here. And it's all the things, you know, it's music, good vibrations. It's the sound and feel of like flowing water. That's just like a biological thing that impacts human beings. It's people, it's the people around. Like I just keep looking at folks' faces and yeah, they're happy. And then it's the trains, it's the action, it's the things going around and all the scenes that bring you back to childhood. I think it's a really loving thing for someone to open up their home like this and share what they've created with total strangers. Hey, so what are your names?
I'm Chris.
Lisa, nice to meet you.
I'm Erin.
Nice to meet you, Erin.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. And tell me, is this your first time here?
It is.
Yes.
And how did you hear about it?
Friends of ours. They went earlier last year and then said, let's check it out.
Awesome. And are you into trains?
I am. I like modern trains, yeah.
Yeah. And how did you get into trains?
Ever since I was little, I had kind of train, like Christmas trains and model trains growing up.
Have you found anything yet?
Yes.
What did you find?
Like Snow White, Pinocchio, Cinderella, 101 Dalmatians, Jungle Book.
Jungle Book, that's a good one. I think Jungle Book and Aladdin, those are two of my favorites. I'll tell you The Little Mermaid. If you just think of like where the Little Mermaid lives, you might find her. And all of them. Well, thank you for chatting with me today. Appreciate it. So if you've been to Disneyland, that is basically what you'll see when you enter. The train is going by. There's the big, beautiful building that says Disneyland on it. The face of Mickey. So it's cool. I was there, you know, recently, as I mentioned, and you do just kind of feel like the playful, fun, silly side of you comes out. And when you combine that with trains, it also just is about play and creativity. And, you know, for many people, it's history also and mechanics. But yeah, and it's a lot of joy and a lot about family too. You must have seen a lot of people come through today, huh?
Yes, quite a few.
How many do you think you'll see by the end of this hour?
Over the course of the 3 hours, it's probably about 200 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like wonderful. And this is your home.
Yes.
So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
What a beautiful thing you do, like welcoming strangers to your backyard and sharing all of this with them.
Oh, well, you know, it's much more fun to share. And it would be a shame to have something so wonderful like this without being able to share it with other people. And, you know, we are grateful to our very understanding neighbors. And actually that all the people that come, I think we are very blessed that they have been respectful of them. It's just so rewarding to see so many people just derive so much joy.
Thank you so much, Frances.
You're welcome.
Okay, I just spotted the Lion King. That's another good one. I mean, really sad though. But I spotted that. So lots of animals. And then of course the dinosaurs we just saw. Okay, I just spotted the cars. I'm kind of impressing myself with my knowledge of these movies. Oh my gosh, they even have popcorn and water? Aww. And we even have this enchanted tiki room, which is very nice because I'm very thirsty. What's your name?
Donna.
Lisa.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Donna. Did you have trains as a kid?
Yes, I did. My dad had them, and we actually trained around the Christmas tree. Then when I got married, my husband bought me a Casey Jr. train to put under our Christmas tree when we got married. So yeah, trains, they bring back a lot of memories.
It sounds like it
Yeah.
from childhood to
Yes.
with your husband and your
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My son loves them too now, and yeah.
You probably naturally always have good vibes, but it seems like this is creating, lifting your spirits.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. It's lifting my spirits. It's making me feel like a kid again. It really is, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And I just cannot get over the intricacy, the details, the things that you don't think to look for, and they're here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
That lady was so nice. She talked about how she had trains in childhood, and then that when she got married, her husband gave her a train. So trains have been part of her life the entire time. And she just had a big smile on her face. And there's a lot of that here today, not surprisingly. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, that was really cute. He just said, that just made my day right there, right after getting a picture with David. Yeah, very sweet.
You can't really get this view when you're in the park, but I used to work there, so I've got it imprinted in my head.
You used to work at Disneyland?
Yeah, so that
No. I have no idea.
Oh.
Did you find the Little Mermaid? Did you
I only found 5 of those.
Did you find Ariel?
Yes, I
And her
found the
dad?
Little Mermaid earlier.
David,
Hello.
you've had so many people swarming around you the whole time, and I'm glad to finally meet you. I'm Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
So nice to meet you. And it was nice meeting your wife earlier, Frances. Yes. And everything you guys have done. I mean, how long have
we
you
were just actually speaking of how long we were just this morning because it's we're coming up on October. We moved into this house in October of 1994. I said this is our 30th anniversary coming up when we moved in here. Yeah, this was a big blank slate. It wasn't anything. It was literally just dirt, and there was one little stoop because it's part of my building code on each door. But other than that, it was just all dirt. And so we set to planning doing something, and 30 years later, this is what it is.
Wow. So how long have you had most of this here and been sharing it with the public?
Well, I should actually do some research in the past to find out exact dates, but I know we started planning it in 1997. We moved in 94, and we put just turf, a lawn, and just erosion control. And we knew that we wanted to homeschool our kids. We had 2 little girls at that time, and little boy, who's the youngest, was a bump. And when we moved in, but we knew we wanted to homeschool them. And so I got thinking as plans for a yard, I go, we got to build something that will be like a laboratory where the kids can learn and trigger their imaginations. And so the original plan, it wasn't themed to be Disney. It was going to be a place where they could learn, electronics or computer programming, civil engineering, artistic things. I knew there'd be all kinds of painting or botany if they want to learn to grow plants. And I thought we might have a koi pond. And so I thought we can give areas of responsibility so the kids not only learn how to, expertise in something, but they have ownership of it. And so it wasn't Disney at that time. It was just going to be a garden railroad. It would be a laboratory for the kids to learn in. And then as time went on and we visited other railroads, we realized that everyone gives a theme. Everyone has, there's like an identity to the railroad. It has a name, it has a theme. We got to name it, we got to theme it. And so Disney became the theme. And the Castle Peak and Thunder, at that point, I didn't know if Disney had copyrights or I didn't know how that worked. So on Tom Sawyer's Island, before it became Pirate's Lair, when it was Tom Sawyer's Island, the big rock that you see back over here is a replica of it, but it was called Castle Rock. I go, well, I don't want to use that term because maybe they copyrighted it. So I'll call it Castle Peak. And then Big Thunder was the other side. And because most railroads are named after the 2 cities that they interconnect. And so my railroad, it went from Castle Peak to, I just call it Thunder Mountain, which Disney called their Big Thunder. So I go, it goes between Castle Peak and Thunder. So that's where the name came from, Castle Peak and Thunder Railroad. And the Disney theme just kind of evolved. Originally, I knew I wanted a castle. I go, hey, the Disney castle is really iconic. We'll build a Disney castle. And then as the years went on, we just more and more Disneyfied it. And like in it was either 2010 or 2011, we decided, let's try and have all the Disney films. And we went on a search on eBay to try and find some little piece of every Disney animated film. We literally scoured the world for them. And a lot of them were, I met a guy in the Netherlands that went around to toy conventions in Europe. And he when I was looking for the Jim Hawkins Solar Sailor, I go, I know it's made. I've seen pictures of it. And I had one, but it disintegrated. It just, it got old and left in the sun and fell apart. So anyway, he became my partner in crime, my European partner, and he found a lot of them through European sources. Other ones we just found by hook or by crook here or there, or we found ceramic sculpts that were large, and we scanned them and then 3D printed them at the proper scale and repainted them. And so that happened in about 11. So between 11 and 12, that's when we expanded to have all the Disney films. And it's shortly after that we started doing the public Disney open houses. Before that point, we did do open houses, but they were primarily train conventions that were hosted in the area, or Garden Railroad events of some kind, and we'd be one of multiple railroads that people would be visiting on tours and that sort of thing. So we've had the public here since about 2000 or so, maybe 2001, in those years. But then we started the public open houses for Disney, I'm going to say about 2014 or so, about 10 years now. In that, as you go back and check, I don't really remember when we started. It's been about at least 10 years.
I'm fascinated. I flipped it around to myself for a second because I'm doing all the things. But I'm really fascinated by the fact that this is open to the public, that you do have, it's organized. People can go online, they can register to get notice when tickets will become available, then they can get a ticket. They have to have a ticket, but that is open to strangers to come to your home. It's such a special thing to me, and
we've never had any problem with having it open to the public. And frankly, you look around, you see little kids running around having fun or smiling. Right now, you got a big smile on your face. Sometimes people ask, why do you keep doing this? I just look around and see all the people enjoying themselves, because it isn't that much work to spiff it all up. We do replant flowers, but it gives me a reason to keep the maintenance up. And so if you were bringing, smiles to all these faces, wouldn't you want to do it too? I go, and that's what keeps us doing it. Obviously you've seen it's free. We don't charge no money changing hands. So the only reason we do it is it seems that it brings a little bit of joy in people's lives. And actually, I get a lot of people that write me letters. And this one woman wrote that she'd been here in the past, and she was telling me her mother had recently passed, and her sisters were all in town. And frankly, the whole family was in mourning. It was truly sad. So she had lived a long life.
Mickey's got
all right. You get a prize. Frances will give you the grand prize. Anyway, but it was a family in mourning. And she goes, it was so joyful when I was at your house 2 years ago. Could I bring my family? We know you're starting this up again. And there were 12 of them that came, because they'd all come in from different countries, a few from out of state, for the funeral services. And I thought, if we can bring a little bit of spark of joy into some people's lives, and like in this family's case, they sought after it. I go, I want to keep doing that. And so we do it every year, and we've actually got a lot more plans. I won't go until now. I've been here for an hour. But frankly, what we built right now is the starting point. This will be the queue for the main attractions that are under construction in my garage right now. I won't go into more about that, but that's what people will talk about, what I think will get written up more about, and that people will say, you've got to see, and I won't tell you what it is, but this will be the queue as people, because that will be more like an attraction. It'll have a start point and end point about 10 minutes long, and people will get a ticket, a golden ticket or a silver ticket or a brass ticket, that when they come in, and actually I tell you, it'll be the shape of a Star Wars Republic credit, and will be a chunk of metal, and that will be their ticket for the upcoming attraction. And frankly, this will be, while they're waiting their turn, this will be the queue. And so that's all in the future. And I think it's like a total blast. And anyway, that's future.
Wow, you have big plans.
Oh, yeah. And they're all under construction right now.
A big deal already. Oh my gosh. So Jake Johnson is a guy who is in my community on Train Talk with Lisa, follows my channel, and he's actually the one who told me about his special place. And so I know that he does custom modeling. He's worked in the entertainment industry and does a lot with custom models for folks with trains. I know he worked on your layout here. How many people have collaborated with you to create this? Because it looks like a ton of work.
The painting that you see was done by a fellow named John Rayburn. He's a freelance contract painter. Rayburn Consulting is his little business, and he paints for Disney. His portfolio is great. There's pictures of him in a little cherry picker painting Pete's Dragon or whatever it is. He paints for Knott's Berry Farm, for Universal, for anybody that wants him. Great painter, and he lives in Fullerton, close by. So originally I had painted things, and they looked pretty sketchy, like Dave painted them. And so everything you see now, John has either repainted or painted. I won't even dare touch it because I know John will do it so much better. But I met Jake. It was at a little train gathering. They were all other hobbyists, and some of them done beautiful work. A lot of this work, I don't do any of this as an architect. It's really as a hobbyist. You know, architects don't build models. They hire model companies to build models. And anyway, so I was at a little train gathering, and somebody said, "Oh, you got to meet Jake Johnson." And then I got chatting with him, and he wasn't working for Disney at that point. He was doing other modeling for railroad people and such. Sometimes I started and have finished. I say, "Jake, can you finish this off?" Or there'll be a piece that I just know Jake will do better than I'll do. And I'll say, "I got something great for you, Jake. Come on." So he'll come over and spend 2 or 3 days here. He's the only other modeler that I've ever had as a modeler here. And John does the painting. But other than that, it's been Dave's project for many years now. And it probably will be into the future.
So nice meeting you today.
Okay. Well, nice meeting you too.
So much. I'm glad I got to experience all this. I'm so glad that Jake told me about it. And
Say hi to Jake next time you see him, and do come back in the. Well, this is fall. Come back in the spring. We've always got something new, and I'm hoping to finish Pixie Hollow by then. That's gonna be the next thing to add. It's gonna be a light show. If you want to see it, they don't play it at Disneyland anymore. But type in Pixie Hollow at Disneyland on YouTube, and somebody's Super 8 movies from 15 years ago will probably be in there. Really delightful show. The music, we're having a sound score rescored, and a composer worked that up. And it's all gonna be computerized with lights and little fountains and little beautiful bonsai trees and the little fairies. It's gonna be delightful, and it's gonna be right over where the Carolwood Pacific exhibit is gonna finally go. Pixie Hollow will take its place. But I'm committing myself to having it done by next year. It's in the works, and it will be done by then.
Well, I look forward to coming back because I know you have a whole lot on the horizon here.
There's a brewing. Anyway, thanks.
Bye. Thank you. See ya. I feel so uplifted. That was just wonderful. And he said that there's a lot more ahead, so I'll definitely have to come back.
Subscribe to my channel and also visit my website, lisakentertainment.com/Train Talk with Lisa, and follow along on Instagram for behind the scenes and updates on upcoming episodes. I'll see you soon.